Hello everyone and welcome back to another beer review. Today we have this little puppy right here. It is the Waldhaus Ohne Filter Extra Herb. So it's a non-filtered beer. This was actually recommended to me by a friend that lives down in the Black Forest. He said this stuff was pretty good, so I figured might as well give it a try. I got a whole case of this stuff. We'll talk about that later. So we're going to be having a Waldhaus kind of a shindig going on here. So I got a whole case of beer that I got to drink. But I'm more than happy to share those opinions with you guys and tell you my recommendations of this stuff. So let's look at the bottle and learn a little bit of history about this thing, why don't we? Privatbrauerei Waldhaus Johann Schmidt GmbH, as it is officially known, was established in 1833 by Altvogt Dichter. Awesome German name, in Weilheim, Baden-Württemberg, located in the south of Germany in the Black Forest. With only 35 employees pumping out a measly 6,900,000 liters of beer per year, you might think that Waldhaus is just a no-name wannabe, but you would be wrong. Waldhaus has an extremely impressive resume. I mean, seriously, go look at the Wikipedia page, and the list of awards that they've won is longer than the actual write-up of the brewery itself. They know what they're doing. So in terms of bottles, I think this is actually pretty cool design. I like the foil top. There's nothing on top of the bottle cap, which is okay, but up here it says Waldhaus Premium Pils 5 stars. So we're expecting quite a bit there. On the back it says that since 2012 it's won the International Institute for Quality Selection's Monda Selection Quality Award 4 times. So in terms of quality beer, we're expecting a lot here. And it says that it is a strong character, authentic, even, without filter, extra herb, and it is of course brewed according to the German purity laws of 1516. It is a 0.33 liter bottle, about 12 US fluid ounces, and it is 4.9% alcohol by volume. Now I talked a little bit about this case of beer that I have, but this is actually the coolest thing about this beer, particularly. Yeah, the bottle's pretty cool, but let's just take a look real quick at the case here. So here's the case. It's pretty typical. There's a couple beers missing because I've already gotten started on these puppies. It says Waldhaus on the side. Pretty typical 20 beer case. However, being the engineer that I am, I really like things that are beautiful, that have a purpose, and for that purpose they are beautiful. So you can either go to the store and get 20 beers, or you can lift these handles up here. These things come apart and you get 10 beers. Like, look at this, look at this. They like come together, you push them back down, and you have one case again. Like, this is the coolest case I've ever seen. Get like a little handle, you can just take like a half case home. This is like the reinvented six-pack. It's amazing. I love it. All right, enough about the packaging of these things. Let's get these. Let's get this guy opened up, poured, and let's start drinking. Now, with unfiltered beer, something that you got to know: there's going to be sediments in the bottom of this bottle. So you don't want to shake it, but you want to stir at the bottom of the bottle. It's just like a Hefeweizen if you've ever had one of those. You want to stir the sediments at the bottom of the bottle so you get all that goodness out of the bottle. But I've heard people, they don't do that, and they want to not drink the last little bit of sediment at the bottom. Well, anytime you ever drink an unfiltered beer, whether it be a Hefeweizen or a Zwickel like this one, you want to drink it out of a glass. I mean, look at the fraying on the foil anyway. You don't want to be drinking that. You're going to be getting foil all up in your mouth. So always drink Zwickels, drink Hefeweizen, drink other non-filtered beers from a glass. You'll thank me when you did. Man, we got a nice looking head, but look how cloudy that beer is right there. You can also see a little bit of sediment swimming around in there, but that's just extra deliciousness, I can imagine, when we get into this thing. It's got a nice, soft, foamy head at the top. There's still bubbles rising. It looks like a nice unfiltered apple juice is what I would consider this. Smells very flowery, which you're going to expect from the Zwickel. Zwickels have a lot of flavor. That's why I like them, because they leave all the stuff in the beer after the brewing process, all the yeast, all the other residuals from the brewing process. You're going to get a lot more flavor, and according to the internet, and everything on the internet is true, as you know, this is actually, you're leaving a lot more nutrients in the beer, so these are actually going to be a little bit more healthier than unfiltered beers like a Pilsner. So let's get this thing going. That's pretty delicious, not gonna lie. So compared to like a Pilsner, there's just gonna be a lot more going on. So you're gonna get a little bit more fruity flavors, you're gonna be getting a little bit more flowery flavors. It's not overly sweet, and at the end it's actually a little bit sour, which is I actually kind of like. You can still taste it on your tongue after a couple of seconds. I mean, I'm still going through flavors right now, whereas like, you know, Pilsners, they pretty much just die off after about 2 seconds after you take your first gulp. It is very herby. It's actually a very nice beer. Could recommend it maybe like in the summertime drinking, but you're probably not gonna wanna just be down in these things, you know, before a kegger or anything. I don't even know if they sell these things in kegs, but you're definitely not wanting to drink, you know, more than like 1 or 2 of these things. With that being said though, it is also a pretty easy beer to drink. This isn't gonna make you, this doesn't sit heavy in your stomach. This doesn't have any bad flavors. It's not hard at all. It's not harsh. It is very easy to drink. So even if you're a very new beer drinker, you haven't tried a lot of different beers, this is a beer that you could probably comfortably drink and be happy with it. There's a lot more complexity than probably, you know, some of your American lagers or just a typical Pilsner. However, it's not overly complicated that you're just going to get, you know, thrown on your heels and you're not going to know what to do with yourself after 10 minutes, you know. We're almost 5 minutes into this thing and it's still keeping a really good head. We're halfway through and I'm amazed how good a head this is keeping. It's one thing that I've noticed about beers that come from the south of Germany, so whether it's Bayern, Bavaria, or Baden-Württemberg, there's just more to the beers than you get in the north. These are beers that you're going to sit out in the beer garden on a nice summer day out in the Black Forest after a nice hike. You're going to sit down with your family, with your friends, enjoy them and drink them for what they are. So as we're coming down to the end of this Zwickel from Waldhaus, I just want to ask you guys, have you guys ever tried this beer? Or have you ever tried another unfiltered Zwickel or Keller beer? If you have, let me know in the comments. And if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. So, Waldhaus, Ohne Filter, Extra Herb from the Schwarzwald. Can definitely recommend. Till next time, Prost!